Alright, so what's up? It's 10:40. Uh, I need to say this. Every brown person that speaks a form of Spanish is Mexican. And here's why. You may be from a different country, but you are brown and speaking a kind of Spanish. And I'm white and American. And in America, we have a thing called an education system that is public. And you need to know that it sucks. And so we are kind of at the mercy of doing our own education. And most of us hate, well, it's not that we hate. We just kind of figure geography is like not second, not third, but a eighth rate knowledge. You know, you got North America, South America, and this is like next level knowledge if you're an American. America, Canada, Mexico, fuck it. Europe, Africa, Middle East, Asia with China, Korea and Vietnam. Over here you've got Indian subcontinent, Australia, and I'm a pro American as far as geography goes. You know, like if you're above me, psh, dude, you must be studying geography in college. Like that must be your major or something. So, like, fuck you Europeans. Like, you know why Europeans know geography so well? Cause you're in Europe. Of course you know geography. Look where you are. Americans know our states. If we know that, look at YouTube videos. All right. We might know like Puerto Ricans, all right, and Cubans. We call them Cubanos, Puerto Ricanos. And I'm sure by now you've learned that a lot of people think Puerto Ricanos are not Americans. Anyways, a way to think about this is basically a good analogy is for Americans, and this was pre-Trump. If you were black and not an American, not an American citizen, you were from Africa. I don't care about your nationality. You were an African. Like, dude, we were just like, you're an African. And if by chance, like we were pretty much like, you're an African. If you opened your mouth and you're like, hey there, mate, we'd be like, oh wow, you you are like an anomaly. Most Americans don't know that word, but like damn, you are like, holy shit, you're weird. I don't know how they let you in or what the fuck was up with that, but there you go, mate. Cheers and such. But there you are. Yeah. Of course, after Trump, like Trump just changed. Like it seems like all the rules have been changed. It's hard to place bets. Fucking cigarette ashes falling off and shit. But those two rules, Mexican, African, are still pretty good. And you have to understand other people, those still hold. The white thing still holds too. You can think of the whiteness, I mean, I do. I'm either like, I'm like, white, you're American. If you're in America, I just assume you're American. I mean, unless you open your mouth and you have a weird, like you have something that's obviously English, English, or Canadian, or, French, I don't know, maybe Italian, maybe. It would be kind of cool to see like a totally white guy speak with like an Indian accent. Like, like I can't really do it. Like, but like just naturally come up to you and just like out of the blue, like out of your flank, just come up to you and be like, ask you for the time or something like that. Or talk to you from the flank, and then you turn around with the time and be like, "What the fuck?" And it's just the whitest guy you've ever seen. Maybe he have a mullet and stuff with a nice mustache, a mullet and mustache, and you just be like, "What the fuck is that?" Talking to you with like a Punjabi accent and shit. That would be great. Some of you guys somewhere that can speak Hindi, speak English with a fucking accent like that, and just go around talking to people in like New York or some shit. Go up to them and be like, where can I find the nearest McDonald's? Just go up to people from their flank, ask them like that, and wait for them to turn around. Yes, I was raised in Dubai all my life. This is my first time in New York City. What a fascinating place. That's awesome. Again, banging mullet, banging mustache. You know the mustache I'm talking about. 80s mustache. Like, dude is ready to start a rock band. He just needs a drummer. Shit. So that's what we need. You know, some people out there just ready to fuck with motherfuckers. Old school. And I caught the Afro-Man trial. Got Josh Johnson talking about it. I just heard the Pound Cake song. Apparently, it was made 3 years ago. I didn't know that. I thought all of his songs were like made within the last month. But the Pound Cake song apparently was made 3 years ago. And so I guess all this stuff originally took place 3 years ago. So the trial has just wrapped up, and I have written. I'm almost done. I am writing a saga song for this whole thing. That if Afro-Man wants to sing it, he can. I don't think it'll be very long. I don't think it'll take very long for him to go through it. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 or 6 verses. So I don't know how long it'll take him to go through it. It will be about him describing basically the entire process. So I'm gonna go make something to eat, and I'll upload this, and then I was gonna pay my rent today, but I think my landlord was going to say that he had some family emergency, so he can't go to the office to be there to do my rent stuff. I could drop off the check, but I like to be there and give it to him and get a receipt, get a written receipt when I'm there. So he was like, "Can I do it tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll just do it tomorrow." Is my hair still? Uh, Needs to dry off a little bit. Whatever. Eh. All right, everybody. You know the drill. Tax the rich. You get rich boobs all over the world. Peace.